Okay, guys, so far so good. Here, let's bring this. I'll tell you what, let me put some energy off of it. Bring her back a little bit. All right. A little more. I'm going like 1/8 of an inch at a time. All right, I think she's in. My holes lined up. Okay. I think we're cool. Now, let me get this out of the way before this falls on the bike, right? Okay, so that's my lift right over. My lift. That's my press, guys. That's the Jake's press. 6 ton. That went together probably in about 5 minutes. I think I paid $125 for that. So the reason why I'm not waiting for the bushing to come in is because I'm having a lot of trouble with the company I ordered the bushing off of. I ordered the bushing through a company out of Cedar Park, Texas. They're called Power Sports Superstore. They're claiming the bushing is lost in transit. And then they said, "Oh, we have to contact the carrier to try to get you reimbursement through the carrier." I said, "No. You refund me it was $21.80. You refund me my money, my $21.80. And you go after the shipping company because you didn't fulfill your end of the sales agreement." So to make a long story short, I've contacted the Better Business Bureau to try to get my money off this crooked company called Power Sports Superstore out of Cedar Park, Texas. Never again will I buy anything off them. I'll let you guys know the outcome. So anyway, this is the press pushed it in. My hole rotated just a little bit, but it's still lined up with the I think it's still lined up. If it's not lined up, I gotta get a puller. Yeah, okay. You could see that. You could see my little pick. Say hello. See the little pick in there? All right, so that'll get oil in there. Yeah, it rotated just, I had it lined up perfectly, and it rotated just a little bit. So, it is a little tight. It did compress a little bit. But the bushing is contracted a little bit in the freezer, so we're going to let that completely thaw out. And if it doesn't open up a little bit, I could either get a brake wheel cylinder hone, or I have to do that by hand. which I'm actually pretty good sanding stuff by hand. You know, I don't if I was able to rotate this, then all you got to do is just put a piece of sandpaper on here and it'll bring it down a little bit. But I have no way, I don't have a lathe. I have no way of rotating this. So I would rather buy a wheel cylinder hone. What I was going to do is I was going to use the old camshaft to press this in. You know, but then if it would have got stuck in there, then I wouldn't have been able to get the cam out. And I did put a little film of Loctite on the rim and on the inside, which I'll be honest with you guys, I don't even think that mattered because it probably squeezed out when I squeezed this bushing in place. So, yeah, it went in like butter. It went in, and the bushing did choke up a little bit. Now, I had the bushing in the freezer for 2 days, so maybe the molecular structure will open up a little bit once it's completely thawed out. We'll have to see yet. So, right now, this is held up. We'll let this thaw out for about 12 hours. And if it doesn't open up, I'm going to have to get a brake wheel cylinder hone that'll get inside here. Because this is, I believe it's, what did I say? I think an inch or something. I think it's like yeah, it's almost 1 inch. Okay, the inside diameter of this right now here, let me choke you guys down a little bit. .75. Yeah, it did choke up a little, guys. And my cam cammed 1 inch, 0.0025. So I'm going to probably have to get a wheel cylinder hone that can, an expanding wheel cylinder hone. That way, what you do is you run it in there on a low RPM drill, and maybe I let it turn a little bit, and then I try to put the cam, blow it out with compressed air. Then you put the camshaft in. If the camshaft moves freely, she's cool. I can do that by feel, or I could use this. But yeah, I think that's what happened with when this engine was assembled. I don't think they took the time to ream the bushing back out to make the cam rotate freely. Maybe because they were an assembly line, maybe they were in a rush to assemble the engine. So yeah, that's what happened with the bushing. I ordered that on November 11th from Power Sports Superstore in Cedar Park, Texas, and they shipped it through FedEx. A little bushing this size, probably in a huge box. And it made its way all the way to Tennessee. Okay, just Jackson, Tennessee. That's where it's lost right now. And it's been sitting there since November 14th. And either the truck broke down, or the truck was looted possibly, or maybe the truck got in a wreck and everything's scattered all over the highway, or maybe the driver just put in too many miles and has to sit for a few days. But you know, I'm waiting, guys, almost 2 weeks. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm not waiting no more. I would have loved to compare the two bushings, but that is that. So, all right. We're going to see if this opens up a little bit. If it doesn't, we have to get a wheel cylinder, an expanding wheel cylinder hone. They can go from maybe, 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch. It has to be able to fit inside my area here. You know, I had a feeling that it was going to do that. I had a feeling it was going to do that. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when this is thawed out. Maybe it'll open up a little bit. We'll have to see. All right, guys. It works. Okay, we got that. Here is the new cam. So the theory does work. Also, what I did too is, let me show you the inside of that. What I did is I got some, I think it was 60 grit. Yeah, I got some 60. And I scratched the inside of the bushing up. Because what I want is I want the oil to go in the scratches. If you buff the inside of that bushing to a real smooth finish, what's going to happen is the oil, it won't have any little crevices to go into. So with it scratched up like that, that'll give places for the oil to go. That's the theory anyway. So she's ready to go. I just have to blow it out. I have to clean it and then blow it out. There you go. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Yeah, so I have to clean this now. I did buy another air nozzle with a soft rubber tip on it, in case if I have to do my my brake calipers over again, in case I have to rebuild them again. So that's all we have to do. We'll clean this, we'll blow it out, and we'll get this done finally.